Alright, howdy and welcome all to the Shadow Demon Voidcast. I'm your host, Shadow Demon. Today we're going to be continuing my playthrough of Fallout New Vegas. Currently working on finding all of the upgrades for the sink. So we're just going to quickly fast travel over to the next location and see if I can find the chip that I need. After I finish all of the little side quests here, we'll probably go and try and defeat Dr. Mobius and get my brain back, which is a very entertaining conversation. Let's see. I actually think I just need to jump down. I don't actually know where it is. Oh, right there. Duh. Howdy, Fleet King. One party in that conversation has hands, the other has no or one party in that conversation has hands, the other has no choice. Yes. Uh, but the brain does get very, very mouthy. Besides, being brainless has its perks. Fairly certain there is a perk literally called brainless. See, I have it. All right. It's how I make it through the day. Yes. At times I think we all do that. Yep. Just gotta kill some Night Stalkers. Just use stim pack to heal. One more. Oh, hi. Didn't see him coming. Alright. I believe the last one is up here. Definitely take that. Alright, there was two of them here. Let's see what surprise he's got for me here. Missile, flamer fuel. Mintet. Ah, too bad that wasn't a working detonator. Let's see if these logs give me anything useful. Nope. We'll take pre-war money, though. Small ruined book. And the book chute upgrade. Excellent. I will take those scalpels and the forceps. Alright, quick look here. Doesn't look like anything of use. Alright, time to head out. And we'll go back to the sink, because I think I have all of the upgrades at this point.
Oh, please, please! Oh,
Just give Muggy some coffee mugs.
Greetings, citizen.
Alright. There we go.
How can I illuminate? Unlike certain...
There we go. Now I get a bonus my int.
oh, please, please!
Alright. Got the free equipment from him.
Might I be of service?
Alright.
Very good, sir.
Don't think there's anything really of use here. At some point I'll get that. That could be useful if I use the LAER a little more. I will take that, though, because I fully intend to make use of this. Alright, and... keep the buff out around, because that can always be useful. Alright. There we go. My Tesla cannon just got more powerful. Offload some stuff that I don't need. Really sell those. I will sell those after I'm done with this, with these quests here. I'm gonna break a bunch of this stuff down. Don't need the microfusion cells or the flamer fuel. Need those. Don't need that. Keep those. Break those down. Alright. And don't need 308s. Alright. Let's check the quests. Aha. Just gotta do the audio samples for the jukebox. And then that quest. Okay. While we're here.
You require some additional...
Get all patched up and ready to go back out there.
You require some additional...
And let's see what implants I can get. Speed while crouched. Don't really need that or that because hardcore mode, they don't do anything. Whoops. Just do nothing for now. I'll come back when I have more caps. Alright. Yeah. Well, to find the last jukebox sample, I gotta go into the Forbidden Zone, so I might as well go talk to the think tank before then. We're gonna complete the fight here.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. Why, yes. We are filled with the knowledge you speak of. If you wish to know more, simply ask the others. They can help you.
Alright.
What? You did? Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful. Yes, yes. Yes, No, I mean yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know?
Yeah, I don't think he knows what they're doing. What he's doing. So, I'm going to advance my boot into your voice modular if you don't give me some solid data.
I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes, so let me, a bit. I'll figure it out.
Alright. The antenna, any chance if it was damaged or broke, the X-ray 2 once
So
removed.
you're saying it's the X2 array, not the antenna I should be examining. That was most likely my plan, yes. Let me check something. Of course, I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his.
Alright.
Biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Alright. Now then, I think I got a quest to talk to the other ones. Yeah, so we're going to quickly do this quest.
Breaking news! Talking lobotomite arrives in Think Tank. Its purpose, unknown. Undefinable. Its presence here, impossible. Oh, really? Now the lobotomite is a master of the dictionary arts. What, do you have a doctorate in verbology? No? I do. And... Stop the presses. Just in from my eye monitors. Is that Rob Kotek on your arm? It is! What's your agenda bringing that in here? How dare you bring Rob Kotek in here? What are you showing off? How great Robert House and his big company are?
Oh, we can make Securitrons better than any robot those geniuses at Big Mountain can make, and they'll last 1,000 years.
You're lucky I don't have hands to tear that dip boy off your arm, or feet to stomp on its stupid metal guts. Ugh. Damn Robco. Worry about House? Why would I do this? Hope he died alone in a dingy room, streaming his last remaining bodily fluids into jars. And him and his dirty girl bots. Don't even get me started on those filthy biological catcher's mitts. Until I scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
So that's one psychotic nut job to talk to. Let's go find the others.
You are an unusual specimen to so boldly walk into the mighty expanse of the think tank, fearless and proud as a teddy bear. Between the extraction of their higher reasoning abilities and urination-inducing fear, most lobotomites dare not approach us, let alone speak to us. Yet you have no such fear. Facing me, epidermis flushed with blood, plasma running molten beneath, your face contorting with muscular expression. Will you indulge me? Say a few words. Face towards the monitors, please, so that I might record it for further examination.
I think Team Venture is more competent than these people.
Yes, go on. Seeing your lips and mouth forming words, both revolting and somehow... How does it feel to have the flesh roll around in your mouth like that? To control each muscle and the tongue? Like having a fish or extremely dexterous slug lolling and flopping in one's malval cavity.
I wish my perception was higher.
Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
At some point, I may come back and deal with that. Dr. O has the same VA as Rusty, the dad from Venture Bros. They have some similarities. Ah. Yes. The voice actor did a very good job. Both petty little assholes. Yep. I have no idea what this guy is saying. All right. Yeah, we're just mugging this guy. Alright. So we just mugged him. On to the next one.
The lobotomite animal before me. What other terrifying terrors will plague us in our quest for knowledge? Communists? Communist animals, perhaps? Be warned. Attempt to propaganda me. I will shriek as a frightened babe, calling loyal cyber dogs to my aid. Do you comprehend, commie animal?
There's no Antifa here.
Yes, animal. Hormones, pores, glands, all wrapped up in skin. Who knows what terrifying secrets lie beneath your epidermis? Scalpels shall tell us your secrets, even if we must cut deep for such knowledge. I was head of my biology class at American High, you know. So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering. Until...
Alright. Let's go complete the quest here. Go deal with Dr. Mobius.
Go, minion! Sting them in the name of all that is Mobius! Beware Dr. Mobius's army. His robo-scorpions crawl everywhere, in search of intelligence to devour and stupefy. You won't escape me!
There we go. Another one down. Those sensor modules are definitely useful. Don't know where the other one ran off to, though. Oh well. I should be able to travel through the Forbidden Zone and finish this quest up.
Eureka! I see you. I see you. Now I end you.
I'm getting double teamed. Both sides. This is not good.
I see you.
I am out of auto ejects, I think.
End you.
Ow. Alright. At least I have some Hydra to heal myself. Or the busted limb. And a couple of dock bags. And I'm currently dehydrated. So we'll just drink a little purified water to solve that problem. Alright. Time to pull out the big boy guns and go deal with a massive scorpion.
Attention visitors. Combat experiment in progress. Please put on your goggles and take your Rad X now. The X-42 giant robo-scorpion is alive! Awaken, my pet! Initiate your search and destroy protocol in the name of all that is Mobius! Oh, it looks like the target drones got activated and... Oh, how cute! They're engaging the X-42 giant robo-scorpion. Let's see the shrapnel fly.
Just gonna send little robots to do my job for me. I will snag the rat away.
Crush them with your defenses!
Oh, I've crippled his legs.
You can't avoid the deadly lasers!
There we go. Just pump a bunch of rounds into the X-42 and it goes down. And it also goes nuclear. Excellent. Make that an even 90. Need to bring my guns up a little bit. And... yeah. Alright. Don't care about getting more scrap metal. Let's see. Iron Handshake wouldn't be a bad idea because I've got some other implants that can go in the hand. Hit the deck would probably also be a good idea, but I never do good ideas. That could also be entertaining. Tin head could also be good. That is super tempting. Be able to cripple people with speech. Yeah, there's a bunch of good ones. That could be good. Actually, I'm going to take weapon handling to knock everything down by 2 points for strength score. So that way, I might actually be able to use these guns properly. Because the other thing, get my stats up to, or my strength up to 8 is the armor and the spineless perk. So if I'm not in power armor, I don't have the 8 that I need for most of my weapons. Alright, let's see what else is around. Snag that. Get all the goodies I can. No, I broke the backup generator. It doesn't seem to have a whole lot here. We'll take all of that, though. Alright. Over to the other side. I'll go loot in a minute. The corpse ain't going anywhere. There's plenty of stuff here to use. Alright. Oops. On to the next spot. Yeah. I think you can turn on some turrets as well. Yeah, I could have beaten this thing entirely without firing a shot, I think. Alright, receiving is 2 of 9, correct? Let's see if I can get rid of some of these duds. Oh, doesn't look like there's many of those this time. That's probably not it. Possibly refreshed? No. I doubt the RE are the correct ones. Just going to do a quick scan. Ah. There we go. Just gonna blow up everything I possibly can. Explosions are fun. And almost ran off the edge there. Alright, let's go loot the scorpion. Or what remains of it. Don't know what actually happened to the remains. Oh, there they are. Not really a whole lot there. Alright. What goodies do we have here? Oh, the emergency shutdown terminal. This one might cause me some issues. Alright. Feeling that's all of them. Accompanying has got 4 out of the 12. There we go. Always going to take the useful stuff. Alright. Don't need any of that. Snag all that. Bottle caps are always useful. And I think that's the last sample that I needed to get. Gonna drop that gun because I don't need it. So the only thing left is to go confront Dr. Mobius and then do the samples for the biological testing.
Huh? Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing, you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. Little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Depth perception is a problem with this old monitor of mine. Went black a while ago. That's old age for you. Should look at getting the visual nerves reattached. It's just that the right eye would see the wrong things. The flying tortoises were the worst. Would you care for a mentat? I love mentats. Delicious and smarty. I have all sorts of amazingly science-erific thoughts and ideas when those chalky tablets are zipping through my biogel. I forget them all not long after, though, especially with the data constipating my memory core. Afraid binary streams might shoot out my chassis. Had to start using the dome floor and walls here to inscribe equations, although I've somewhat lost track of where they start and end. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth a cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
Yeah.
Oh, a variety of raisins. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. Now, that seems to be rather hormonal of you. Flight or fight response, you know. Hard to cut that out completely. Your brain is here, safe with me. We chat over mentats. Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes.
All right.
I'm running out of floor space for my calculations.
Let's go have a conversation with my brain. After I do a wee bit of looting. Never loot too much. Alright. Wait, that's Medex. That is useful. Seiko's weightless and can be sold for money, so I will take that. Ew. Just quickly go through and get rid of all of the stuff I don't need to be carrying.
They said I was mad. Preposterous. Not an angry bone in my body.
Yes, he's just rambling in the back there. Yeah, whoops, I may have gotten myself stuck. There we go. Let's have a conversation with the brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, hmm? Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again?
Yeah, as a female character, this is weird.
Ah, well, as to that, you'd be surprised how hard a feminine-sounding voice modulator is to find in the Forbidden Zone. It's not as though brain-sustaining life support tanks grow on trees. I had to take what I could get. Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Alright, I'm supposed to be the sarcastic asshole here.
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you? Well, I see sarcasm hasn't eluded you. Fine, perhaps now isn't the best time, but it's the principle of the thing. Oh, had I? What exactly will you do if I don't? Not put me back in that cranial dungeon you call your head? Heavens forbid. By all means, if the idea of spending the rest of your days as a true lobotomite appeals to you. Actually, come to think of it, you probably wouldn't mind that, would you? After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome. I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though. Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it. Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied.
Alright.
Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Hmm? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? I most certainly am not. I'm the seat of all reason and logic in our little partnership. All those feelings that motivate you. That sense of righteousness and that rush you get when you help someone. Do you know where those come from? Glands. They come from glands. Free of the tyranny of your ape-like and primitive endocrine system, I can see how foolish your motives are. Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a napkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen.
I mean, we're alive, so was it really a bad idea?
I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones. Well, certainly there might be some things I miss about being ambulatory. We have seen some incredible sights, haven't we? Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online. Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast unknown. Helios 1 coming back online. Jason...
Oh, I just got soft locked.
Jason Bright and his followers launching into the vast...
Oh!
Helios 1 coming back online.
Well, give me a sec, and I will attempt to fix this. Alright, luckily we only came back this far. Alright, Mentats. That offsets the int bonus. Hold on. It brings it up to 51.
The
All right.
attached to the You're
We're just going to kind of jump through this.
The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon mentats break.
Alright.
Oh, a variety of raisins. You're something... I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. Even...
Alright. Let's go talk to my brain now. And see if I can avoid getting soft locked.
Well, look who... well... Yeah, do you do? Me, I'm... And you're an expert on your own glandular... Fun? Fun? It's...
Alright.
The things you do with our body are suicidally dangerous, and if you could silence your glandular impulses, you would hear me screaming at you! After the... Dr. Huh? I'm quite... Well, I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect... Look at it from my perspective. Here, in your head, I've got... If you want me back, we need to establish some ground rules. First, showers! Second, regular checkups. Regular, mind you, and from a reputable doctor. Third, you need to listen to me more than your hormonal choir and genitalian orchestra. Promise me that, and you've got a deal.
Alright.
Really? I didn't expect you to actually agree to that. I'm afraid that was a bit of a bluff, really. I'm not going with you. Oh no. Please don't. I don't know how. It's true, the brains here have experienced some degree of deterioration. I'm confident that with a few decades of work, I can solve the problem. Of course I accounted for that! Do you think I'm so stupid? No, you're right. Maintaining my current functionality will be harder than I thought. This bears some further looking into. Let me see. I suppose you'd continue on much as you are now, using that synthetic thinking machine to do the heavy lifting. Unless, of course, the batteries run out. But that seems unlikely. I'm not entirely sure. I suppose there's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us. What form that might take, though, I cannot say. Ugh, crawl back in there? Are you mad? I don't know where you've been. For all I know, you're riddled with disease or packing one of those delightful head wounds you seem to attract. I'm not crawling back into your head just to ooze right back out again.
I'm going to seduce my own brain.
Are you coming on to me? Sweet Lord, I don't even have the words for how repugnantly wrong that is. Please tell me we weren't that perverse when I was in your head. Ugh. Anyways, even if that was on the table, we have a problem. Even if I wanted to settle myself back in your skull and go to all the trouble of reconnecting nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. Oh, lovely. We've reached the mindless violence portion of the program. Tell me, what exactly are you, and I use the word loosely, planning?
I am literally one short.
With an attitude like that, it's small wonder you got yourself shot in the head. Ah, yes, there's that greed and general sense of malice. I'd nearly forgotten it. What's the plan, then? Very well. I suppose I have no choice. Goodbye, peaceful, soothing brain jar. Hello, head wounds and scorpions. I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's autodock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
Alright. I am now carrying my own brain.
I'm running out of floor space for my calculations.
And real quick, just see if there's anything interesting in here. I probably should have looked for equipment to equip.
They said I was mad.
Alright.
Body. Had them all removed.
Now let's loot and get back to the objective. Real quick. Drop off the stuff I don't need to be carrying. Lighten the load a little bit.
I'm imagining all sorts of imaginary numbers right now.
Alright. That's done. Mobius is on Mentats and Psycho. We're just gonna loot this man for all the Mentats he's got. Oh, and Jet. You never go wrong with too many drugs. That doesn't sound right. All right. That's done. Just gotta find all the useful loot. More pre-war money. Medics is always useful to have. Alright, that's all the loot here. Now let's go deal with the eggheads. Actually, let's see where the last ones are. Last one. That's not too far away from here. So we're gonna go get that last sample before we go deal with the eggheads. Probably gonna need this to deal with any of the robo-scorpions. There are none nearby. Hit the X0 Research Center. Nope, that was a bad idea. And there's apparently enemies nearby. I expect I've got to follow this along and hop out somewhere and run across the surface area. Frustrating, but that's my own fault. Yeah, I'm already back by the Forbidden Zone. Let's try here. Maybe it is down in this area. Robo Scorpion dealt with. I think I need to go up this way. Scalpels are useful for making dock bags. There we go. It was stuck in a wall. So I helped free it. Alright. Yep. I think I gotta go over this pipe. And kill a couple of plants. Nice and easy. That lets me make some more healing powder. I got a ton of rock flower and sandalwood here. Alright. And apparently there's still enemies nearby. So I'm just going to start making my way towards the sink and go from there. Let's see, can I travel? Yes, there we go. Probably just one of the plants.
You got some plans for me, don't? Ah, yeah, baby. Just slip it in there. All the way down in that dark, moist earth. Launching interface. Well, hell.
And convert a whole bunch of stuff.
Might I be of service, sir?
Alright. And I think the other thing is the jukebox.
What's the hat?
Maybe we could dim the lights and have a
What's the hat? Get your late.
candle lit
Oh, wait.
What's the hat? Right on.
discussion of classic literature.
There we go. And that's the last one. I need really high perception for that. Do I have anything that boosts? Yes. Mentats do. That only brings me to a perception of 8. I wonder. Do I have a pair of eyeglasses? That's int and explosions. Just need to raise my perception by
Might I
1.
be of service?
Nope.
Citizen, did you know that communists have an organ behind their eyes that converts salt water into fresh?
Alright. Anything else that I got that could possibly up my perception? Yeah.
Fresh?
There we go.
Wait, is that penguins?
To the think tank. Let's complete a side quest.
You should really see. What? Nonsense. What? What are you doing? Stop it. Why? Why are you making me partake in this filthy formography? Enough. I am already intrigued. You have sufficiently percolated me. I don't know what it is about the biology of lobotomites. It infects my thoughts. All that skin and muscle and tissue. Perhaps there is value in what you say. I did so enjoy breathing once, long ago. If you're ready, let me radar scan you. Slowly. Woo. Woo. Purple, purple, woo. Bloop, bloop. bloop, bloop, burble. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Ba, ba, bloop. Whew. Last little bit there. Whew. Thank you, lobotomite. Please, you must come back for further study when I've had a rest. I'm a little sensitive right now.
Alright.
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped? I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments. Yes! Wait, you did, didn't you? You are lying. No, you are not. Your heartbeat, perspiration, all excessively confident and sure of yourself. Why would you reason with that maniac? He'll destroy us all! A fight? I've never been in a fight. What do I... Ah! Colleagues! Think tank! Alert! Alert! We are under attack! Does this weapon have soft lock? Anyone?
There we go. Nice and easy.
I will unleash the incredible power of our attack.
They almost got me. That was close. Alright, so I left the crazy guy alive and killed the others. And I've become addicted to buff out. Alright. And we've put the mad science to rest. Alright.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The Sync Central Intelligence Unit was impressed by the amount of exploration the courier had undertaken. Facilities believed lost, destroyed, or ones that had simply gotten up and walked to new locations had been rediscovered by its intrepid new master. Internally, the artificial personality debated as to whether it preferred the old management to the new, and concluded that the courier's thorough approach to research and investigation was admirable and worthy of its respect.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sync Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The biological research station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to bicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat. One of them eventually transferred to the Lightwave Dynamics plant and began a long, unrequited affair with one of the holograms.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean. Once it learned of the innovative toxins plant, however, it gained new purpose. It sought to develop antitoxins to flush into its drains and counteract the poisons bleeding into the soil.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sync personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind old Jefferson, with sounds the courier brought him, created a symphonic counter-frequency that saved Big Mountain from sonic invasion in 2910. If you didn't hear about it, good. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names once too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
The think tank basement, filled with the lobotomized robotical frames of the doctors, now served as a graveyard. The monitors had recorded the battle in its entirety, including the think tank's final, shrill, terrified screams, whimpers, and pleas for mercy. They broadcast these humiliating last moments as a warning to anyone approaching the perimeter that other smarty pants were not welcome. The courier was the inheritor of the Big Empty, and there was room for only one will in the halls of the think tank dome.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues.
It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries, to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, Old World Blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
All right. Head can't be crippled, but I'm only 10% resistant to addiction now. Passing, and the damage threshold has improved by 10%, to a minimum of +1. Yep. As long as I'm in the Mojave, I can teleport back here.
Might I be safe in the...
Alright. just gonna break down all the stuff I don't use. Now I have 19 of those auto-inject stim packs. Super useful.
So, is looking exceptionally sharp today, if sir will permit the compliment.
I trust matters.
Alright. Let's get some body parts swapped. Alright. Only 50% resistance to poison, and robots only have a 25% less chance to crit me. But healing stuff is still twice as effective.
If you're planning to stay a while...
And... reattach the spine. My torso is going to be crippled again, but my strength is higher. And I have a +2 bonus to my damage threshold. There we go. Alright. We're going to leave that behind because I don't need it. And that gun as well. Same thing with the anti-material rifle because I don't have the ammo to make use of it. But I'll keep the other stuff. Don't need those. Hold on a second. We're going to see about doing a little bit of crafting. And sell off a bunch of stuff I don't need. Make a couple 50s. I want to save the 12 gauge stuff for making coin shot once I start killing the Legion again. Alright. Got a duck bag. Make a bunch of microfusion grenades.
Will sir be staying for...
Alright. Let's offload some of the stuff I don't need. And we'll keep that stuff around. Don't need dirty water. Need jets. So about half the mentats just for the money, all the psycho. Very few things actually use the Wonder Glue, so I'll offload a bunch of that. Alright, so I got the stealth suit and the recon helmet for when I want to be sneaky. And the power armor for when I need to ruin someone's day. Or hopefully a lot of people's day. Alright. We're going to go back to that safe and deposit a bunch of the stuff I don't need to be carrying around before we head back to the Mojave. Alright, let's start off with the ammo. Actually, I should sell those since I really don't need them. Save that missile. Keep that. Offload a bunch of stuff.
Who's ready for a...
Always hit the wrong button. Save those cases because they could be useful in the future. I should see if what I need to turn that into something useful, because I know I need the mutant cave fungus for something.
Party.
Alright. Sell off a bunch of the ammo I'm not going to make use of, and go from there.
Will Sir be staying for...
I'll store the flamer fuel because I can make use of that. I need the mutant cave fungus to make Hydra, but I need some stuff from, like, scorpions. Yeah, I need Night Stalker blood and the Rad Scorpion poison gland, so I can hold off on that. Alright.
I smell.
Yeah, when I put away the power armor, I'll be able to walk around in just the stealth suit. Excellent.
Sedition!
Alright, well, I think this is a good place to call it. Thank you all for coming. I hope you had a good time, and